Being fired or worrying about being fired sucks. When your job is at risk, let's face it, your life is at risk. When you lose your income and then have to climb out of unemployment, which can sometimes take months, it would have been much better if you just were never fired in the first place. But there is a cheat code. If you understand this one principle, your boss, or any boss for that matter, will never want to fire you again.
We shall double our efforts.
I hope so, Commander, for your sake.
Most people think their job is written in their job description, but it's not. And even if it was, there are often several tasks that have varying degrees of value, and that doesn't include the stuff that's not written down, but we'll get to that. The written value, the most important parts of your job, they're not determined by HR or the company mission, but by the person who signs off on all of your work, your boss. Bosses have what could be called a mental scorecard, and they have one on you. It's basically how they judge your work, your capabilities, and how much they like working with you. This is subjective, it's emotional, and it's not always predictable. And that's the problem. How do we make it predictable? Let's look at an example so we are on the same page.
Sad devotion to that ancient religion.
This guy, even in the C-suite, is not safe from his boss. Even if this guy's the most competent person in the company, he essentially said the Death Star is better than the Force, which Vader didn't like, and it almost got him aggressively fired. Tarkin has to step in to save him. Sometimes multiple layers of management can be a good thing, but not always, and we'll get to that too. Vader does what many bosses are guilty of. He doesn't communicate his expectations. He assumes you should just know. There are a few things more frustrating than this kind of thinking, but it is unfortunately common. Bosses so often fail to articulate their real priorities. Then they judge you on this invisible rubric, and you had no idea that it existed. Competence and ability does not mean you're safe. To be safe, you need this.
You have failed me for the last time.
The most important, I'm talking top priority part of your job, is to reverse engineer your boss's scorecard. What do they care about? What do they drop everything for? What makes them happy, angry, threatened? If you look at Vader and watch him long enough, you realize he only cares about three things: crushing the rebellion, respecting the Force, and impressing the Emperor. Everything else is just noise. The officers who thrive are the ones who bring him progress on those things. The ones who fall short on results get fired. It's important to note here that Vader is not their direct boss. He doesn't do the hiring. That falls to Tarkin and his team. These are the multiple layers of management I was talking about. It does fall to you to understand them all, and sometimes they can conflict, which can be frustrating, but it is up to you to navigate those situations. There is one quality, though, that makes reverse engineering multiple bosses much easier, and it's the most important item in your job description that isn't written down: being liked. You don't have to be some charismatic hero type to be liked. Sometimes quietly doing your work without complaint is enough. This has a lot of synergy when you're doing the work your boss wants you to do. Think about it from their perspective, or rather, if you were the boss. If you have an employee doing what you want and doesn't ask for anything, and you like them, that is the most valuable employee you have. This becomes important when things happen outside of your control, like layoffs. Sometimes you can't do anything about that, but some employees are asked to stay. Usually it's the ones who are liked and the ones who do the job as the boss wants it done. Let's face it, if you don't know exactly what your boss wants, you're gambling with your livelihood. So if you have a tough boss, get to the bottom of what they think a good job looks like. This information could not only save your job, but might even get you promoted.
You aren't the man now, Admiral, yet.
Thanks for watching.